Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Army Men of War. And in today's battle we're going to be watching as the Reds and the Blues both march into the neutral zone. So we can see that on both sides we have a huge wall, and these walls were put in place to create a sort of desynchronized, demilitarized zone. No idea why I said desynchronized, but both nations have been facing off now for some 200 years, and with everything that's been stirring up in the previous videos, which is the war in the east in Vietnam and the war against Tangier, it stirred up some trouble in the west, and World War II is about to kick off for the plastic nations. So we can see the Reds are about to go over the top of these shingles right here, which act as a sort of trench line to stop any of the Blues from seeing over into their mobilization area. So this is where they'd mobilize all their tanks and all their infantry, and the Blues have exactly the same. So across this huge no man's land we can see Blues over here, which is just a standard rifle division, which I want you guys to name in the comments which rifle division this is. They also come with artillery, we've got some land mattresses and a shed load of archer tanks, so just very light tanks. They're going to be going over the top as well, and to match that the Reds have got something very similar, which is this thing right here. So they look very similar to the Archer, but they're going to be coming over with just them and a couple of Katyushas. So there's going to be 3 waves that are going to be approaching the centre of the map from each nation. And yeah, I can't wait to press play and see how this turns out. So let's press the start button. And there's a bit of lag there. Now it's all starting. So here comes the first wave of Reds. The Katyushas are moving up front. This is going to be interesting. These blockades right here seem to be breaking the speed of the Katyushas. It's all about who gets there first. So it's going to be interesting to see who breaks this fence first. If the Reds come onto this side before the Blues do, or shoot over this side, the Reds, well, they kind of start the war on this side, don't they? And if the Blues cross it, oh god. The artillery's already started shelling the Blues. No idea if these Katyushas are going to open fire anytime soon. There we go, the Katyushas opened up. Oh, heavy shots on the advancing infantry. Like I say, name this division in the comments, and I will pick the best one. Now these blue soldiers are about to engage these Katyushas. There is a mix of troops. We do have some FN FALs in the mix, but this is a rifle division. So the Blues are going to mainly consist of rifles. Oh my god, blue to plastic bits. Got Reds now taking control of the centre. Again, just riflemen. These will be the troops that were on guard along the border, so there'd be divisions and divisions of men on this border. So let's just say we're looking for a long battle. And let me know as well, should this be a no man's land? Maybe we could turn it into some trenches. That depends on who wins, that is. The Reds are just running into the blue bullets there. Not good. They've took control of this little woodland area. And there is a lot of troops right here, but they're taking a lot of hits from the artillery. Not good at all, not good. The Reds are holding back still. We've lost a lot of troops back here. Apart from this tank is being repaired. And this tank, what on earth happened to this tank? A direct artillery shot, I think. So the Reds seem to be a bit crippled right here. We do have a platoon of men on this flank. They're just keeping an eye on this central gate, and we can see the Blues in the distance, if you look. I don't think the Blues know that the Reds are there, though. Not that they stand out in this green grass. Opening fire now. Gotta love Rob's realism. It adds this really cool range to the weapons, so they can fire from a lot longer distance. Trees falling down. The artillery's targeted the Reds. Let me know in the comments, who do you guys fight for as well? Do you guys fight for the Reds, the Blues, the Greens, the Tans, the Greys, who we're going to be seeing some action from very soon, or the Purples? That's another coming up battle. The Purples have taken control of Fort Tan, the biggest fortress in the whole of Plastica, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with it. Are they going to hold it, or will they ransom it? Try and gain some plastic ingot. This one squad of men is holding the whole front line, stopping the infantry from advancing. They have got the upper hand because they've got the higher ground, I think. How are we doing on this side? Looks like this archer did do some damage, but got taken out by this red infantry right here. Gotta admit, it's really hard to catch all of the action. I will try and catch as much as I can. Look at this. So this right here is the BEF, the Blue Expeditionary Force. Look at that. An absolute slaughter. There will be another wave approaching from each side anytime. The current battle status seems to be a bit of a stalemate. And wow, look at that. You can tell like a land mattress or a Katusha right there. There's a direct hit this trench line right here, this giant ditch. Because that's what these things will be. These will be old ditches that were dug like 100 years before. But over time, rains just filled them up and they've become little lakes. Got a bit of a forest fire going on over here. Let's have a look at the artillery. Oh, we can take a shot with this land mattress right here. Oh, that's so cool. But I don't think we've got any... Oh, we have a land mattress over here. Let's take a shot with this thing. What should we aim at? Aim it on this. In fact, we'll save it for this next advance. So here comes the second advance from the Reds and the second advance from the Blues. Oh wow. Oh, the Katyushas went straight in for it. Dealt a lot of damage on this side. Hang fire, what does that mean? Blues are not giving up, they are holding the centre. Whoever takes the central ground wins the battle. Maybe in the part 2 we could see them approaching the walls, maybe putting up some ladders and making it into a real siege. That'd be interesting. What are them two doing? They're just running into the enemy fire. Big mistake, taken out by snipers. Got another light tank moving up. But it's more of an artillery piece. Number 352. Don't be a hero, number 352. He's taking hits from that archer on that hill over there. He's doing rather well. This guy's taking the battlefield, look. He's leading the way for his troops. He's going to be in the range of blue artillery any minute though. What's he doing? Do not focus on those. Oh, good shot. Oh, a direct hit from some artillery. That was unfortunate. That was really unfortunate. I think those things need machine guns built onto them. I think they do a lot better that way. How are we doing over here? It's Katusha. I think that's still in action. Let's double check. Yep, that's just reloading. So we'll leave that where it is. Let it reload. You can see how many cannons that they've got to go up against if they do get to the wall. So maybe we could see that in another part. I've not seen any side win yet. The Blues seem to have more men though. Let's have a look at some names. We've got Paul Taylor, Chris Miller, Jonathan Parker, Benjamin Harrison, all dudes that have went over the top. Roland Foster, Robert Knight. Got a nice archer. This is good. This is really good. The Reds just won't give up the central gate. The central fence right here. We have a large clump of them right here as well. This archer's been taken out. I wonder if the Reds can steal the archer. That would be interesting. Nope. Fortunate. Still holding the line the best they can. The Blues are bringing up a Bofors. They should deploy that. Deploy it there. That's a good position. What are you doing? What's he doing? I'll deploy it for him. I don't think the AI has it in them to deploy it. Got another archer moving up. We've got 2 more archers moving up. Got a good mix of red riflemen. And we get this tank right here to come up and support them. I need something against that archer. This Katusha will come in handy. Same with this one. How long until they've fully replenished their ammo? Not long. Those things are devastating towards infantry. Absolute carnage. We've got a Bofors up here as well. Picking a lot of the Reds off from a distance. Just got a feeling that a piece of artillery is going to take this out at any moment now. How did he get down there? Is he alive? No, he's been taken out. Fell into the trap. So yeah, this looks to be a bit of a stalemate. So what do you guys think? Should we dig trenches? Maybe create a no man's land between the walls? To let me know. I think this is the last wave now, which is going to be approaching. So it's up to this wave right here whether or not there's going to be a victor of this battle. But the Reds are attacking at exactly the same time. The Katyushas, oh wow! 2 more Katyushas came through. And this is barely, I don't know, 10% of their army. 5% of their army maybe. The Reds and the Blues both have a lot of troops on each side. Further down that way would be the town, which is split in half. It's half red and half blue. These things are taking the battlefield this time. Oh, we could see some Reds taking this victory. They're moving on the centre. Blues are pinned down on this flank. They've got a lot of troops and a lot of archers as well. Artillery is still pounding both sides. This could be an opening for the Blues if they was to charge all of their men at the same time. But will they? Another shot from the Katusha. Oh, I dread a Katusha hitting here. All that they have to do is move across this river. Or these ditches, should I say. Don't appear to be doing it though. Now this thing has moved straight in. The archer's going to get the better of it though. Move away, move away. What are you doing? He's actually made it to the wall. Why he's not been targeted or had a grenade thrown at him yet, I do. Oh, there we go. Grenade thrown. Speak of the devil, he soon will appear. Oh, there we go. We've got another light tank moving through. Number 736. What is he doing? This AI, what are you doing? There's men right over there. Oh my god. Terrible. Terrible. Turn him back to basic training. As with the Reds, there's a lot of men, but they seem to be very limited on numbers at the moment. Alright, well they're still holding their half of the map, so they must be doing okay. Maybe it's their artillery. Blew the trees down, that's epic. This is definitely going to become a no man's land. Definitely. So this does mark the start of the Plastic World War II. So the second Great Plastic War, should we call it? The last Great Plastic War would have been 200 years before when these walls were built. These walls were built by the UPN Council, which was to stop any future wars from happening, but clearly that did not work. The invention of the portals and the plastic from the human dimension just made every nation greedy. Worst thing they could ever do. Still pushing on the centre. Reds are holding it well though. Look at that, they're holding it really well. Who's going to survive? Let's have a look at some of the numbers that they've killed. Let's have a look. So this guy's got none. None. He's dead. What about him? One. He's got one kill. What's his name? Bogdan Kozlov. He's got 0 kills. This guy 0. Not many of them have kills. That's interesting. There's so much shooting yet no kills. Yeah, I'm thinking the Reds would probably mount some bunkers. Now they've actually came out into the open. They'd set up some machine gun positions. They'd dig themselves in. And the Blues would do the same. And this would become just like World War I, where the trenches kind of started to form. Because I think in World War I, I believe that trench warfare was a thing, like during the American Civil War, but it wasn't really a thing in conventional war. I think it started off where two massive armies collided, and they just kind of dug themselves in, you know, and then it just became a permanent thing, like a stalemate. Next thing you know, they become trenches, then they become homes, and I think somebody told me that no trench was ever made by accident. Every trench was to counter the enemy's trench, so really interesting stuff. Look at this. I'll think of a name for this woodland right here. Absolutely brilliant battle. These guys have decided to go for a swim. They're like, we don't care about the wall, we just want to be clean. Oh, especially him, look. He's like, look at me, I can swim. It's because you're made of plastic, you can float. How are these guys doing? They've managed to get the high ground. Just picking off Reds. Exchanging fire with those Reds in the distance over there. Got another archer moving up the centre. Oh, we've got another 2 archers moving up the centre. The Reds seem to be retreating. No idea what happened to this poor cannon right here. But the Blues have got some surprise if they was to get any closer. They've got tank busters, they've got artillery, they've got Bofors, everything you can think of on this wall. But both walls are very similar. Just waiting to see if these archers will move up. Taking hits from the artillery. This is definitely a stalemate. Absolute stalemate. No side can win this battle, I don't think. But they do call it a neutral zone for a reason, don't they? Because it's neutral, it belongs to nobody. I did make this as a depiction from North and South Korea. I feel like I should nudge these guys forward before they get hit with artillery. They're kind of sitting ducks at the moment, aren't they? We'll try and position this Bofors on top of this mound right here. This infantry. It might be able to take that ridge right here. I'm going to just order them to move on this ridge. Like that. And these Reds that are swimming, I'm going to get them to try and work on the centre. If I can. There we go. I am just one clicking, so that means that they will act if fired upon. So that it could change their options. They do have a Katusha over here, so just waiting for this to reload. That would be very effective against the infantry. Other than that, I think we can go back into cinematic mode. Got a handful of blues shooting on those reds in the centre. Must admit though, the reds do own this point right here. And they fought off how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're talking like 7 archers right here. The Spoe force is getting into position now. Now this is going to be horrible on that central position for the reds. Oh, why did the tanks get... Oh, not the tanks, the trees. I thought there was tanks coming through the trees there. This would mean that the Greens would send reinforcements to the blue and red border now. So we're looking at a bit of a Cold War situation. Maybe it's like the Warsaw Pact versus NATO. So that would be the GOR versus the GBT, I guess? Yeah, the GBT versus the GOR. So the Greys will surely send troops to support the Reds because they're the closest nation at the moment that's not in action. The Greens will send help for the Blues. The Purples, on the other hand, I don't know who they work for. They're just a mercenary group at the minute, but who knows? Maybe the Greens and the Blues could get them on side, pay them some plastic ingots, you know, and get them involved in the war on the green and the blue side. But the Tans are currently fighting the Oranges and the Reds in northern Vietnam at this precise moment. They're moving in on Tanoi. It's an epic battle. We're definitely going to be seeing some more action from that part soon. But other than that, I think we can call this a stalemate. Not seeing any more action. It's just artillery everywhere. Look at this. Just all these little holes in the ground are made from the artillery. And I love it because it creates a sort of trench system. So maybe we could dig all this out. We could move more blues up, more reds up. Dig some trenches in this same map. And play this map again. That'd be cool. But next time we'll do like an over-the-top thing with trenches. That'd be absolutely epic. You have to let me know in the comments. I do hope you enjoyed this video. Do leave a like and do subscribe, join the Mighty Nation. And I will see you guys in the next video.